will read a loud salawat to welcome all of our youth. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Today we will start our majlis with the recitation of the Quran of Surah Fatiha. Surah Fatiha is the first surah of the Quran and has 7 verses and is called the opening book. I would like to invite Brother Mushaf Mir to recite Surah Fatiha. Salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jazakallah for the beautiful recitation of Surah Fatiha. Thank you so much, Brother Mushafir, for the recitation. Now we will hear the recitation of Surah Teen. Surah Teen is in the 30th Separa and is number 95, and it has 8 ayats. I would like to invite Brother Muhammad Ali to recite.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين.
Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now I would like to invite Brother Muhammad Jawad to recite Surah Dua. It is Surah number 93 and it has 11 verses.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يأتيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولله الحمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jazakallah, Brother Jawad, for the beautiful recitation of Surah Doha. Now I would like to invite Brother Hadi to recite Surah Allah. It is in the 30th Separa and has 19 ayats.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى صلوات
Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now I would like to invite Hasnan Abbas for English Salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Salawat.
I am the young daughter of Hussein. I am the young daughter of Hussein. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. My father asked for me during his night prayers if I would ever cry. His eyes filled with tears. Peace and warmth I'd bring to his heart, and from me he could never depart. I am the young daughter of Hussein. I am the young daughter of Hussein. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. My uncle loved me dearly. I was his precious rose. All of my wishes were to his heart very close. He couldn't bear to see me in pain. Protecting me was his only aim. I am the young daughter of Hussein. I am the young daughter of Hussein. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. The day of Ashura destroyed my family. All of my loved ones were snatched away from me. My brothers and uncles are all dead. My father's body trampled to shreds. I am the young daughter of Hussein. I am the young daughter of Hussein. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. My clothes are stuck to me. My skin is full of wounds. My body is broken. My death is coming soon. I'll be buried without a shroud in the prison where no lights allowed. I am the young daughter of Hussein. I am the young daughter of Hussein. Sakina is my name. Sakina is my name. Salawat.
Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jazakallah, Brother Hussein. MashaAllah, beautiful salam. Next, we will have a salam by Ahad and Ryan Zaidi. Do we have Ahad and Ryan Zaidi? Okay. Now I would like to invite young brother Ali Mushtaba to read a poetry which he wrote himself. He's only 6 years old. MashaAllah. Loud salawat.
Imam Hassan Asturi is our 11th Imam. Imam Hassan Asturi was born in Medina. Imam Hassan Asturi was strong. Imam Hassan Asturi was kind. Imam Hassan Asturi was respectful. Imam Hassan Asturi was martyred at the 8th of Rabiul Awwal. Imam Hassan Asturi died in Samira. Imam Hassan Asturi was imprisoned by Abbasi Caliph Muhammad.
Salawat. Now we will have some salams in Urdu. I would like to invite Muhammad Abbas Rizvi to recite a salam on Hazrat Ali Akbar. Salawat. Salawat.
मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर, मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर, कुछ देर तुझी ले तेरा, कुछ देर तुझी ले तेरा बाबा अली अकबर, मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर, मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर, तुम मज़ी से गिरोगे तो बदल जाएगी दुनिया, मक़तल की तरफ कौन हमें लेके चलेगा, क़ातिल तो बताएंगे ना, क़ातिल तो बताएंगे ना रास्ता अली अकबर, मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर, बीमार मदीना की खबर आती ही होगी, तुम साथ लिए जाते हो बीनाई भी मेरी, मैं कैसे पढ़ूंगा खते, मैं कैसे पढ़ूंगा खते सुगरा अली अकबर, मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर, हो जाएगा मुश्किल मेरा आना मेरे बेटा, मक़तल में कहीं दूर न जाना मेरे बेटा, अब मुझसे चला भी नहीं, अब मुझसे चला भी नहीं जाता अली अकबर, मुड़ मुड़ के मुझे देखते जान अली अकबर. सलवात.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah. Thank you so much, Brother Muhammad Abbas, for the beautiful salam. Next, I would like to invite young brother Ali Nayani to recite a salam. Salawat.
نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، حسین دلے حسین جاں ہے، حسین دلے حسین جاں ہے، حسین قرآن کی زبان ہے، حسین سجدوں کی سرزمین ہے، حسین ذہنوں کا آسمان ہے، حسین ذہنوں کا آسمان ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، حسین زخموں پری کہانی، حسین زخموں بری کہانی، حسین عظمت کا آنسداں ہے، اٹھا رہا ہے جو لاش اکبر، حسین پورا نہیں جوان ہے، حسین پورا نہیں جوان ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، حسین ایمان کے جستجو ہے، حسین ایمان کے جستجو ہے، حسین یزدان کی آبرو ہے، حسین تنہا تا کربلا میں، حسین کا ذکر چار سو ہے، حسین کا ذکر چار سو ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، نہ پوچھ میرا حسین کیا ہے، سواد صلی اللہ
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah to all of our reciters for their heartwarming recitations. MashaAllah. May the Ahlul Bayt accept your services and efforts. Now we will have a short English speech by Mir Ali. Please welcome him with a loud salawat.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Before I start my speech, I would like to read a story that I've read in a book once. The Tale of Two Brothers. There were two brothers. Now they weren't real brothers, yet they were inseparable. The day their father died, the youngest brother had to take their father's place. But during this time, there was a man who had such a strong hatred towards their family, and that hatred is what led to the demise of these two brothers. Now, the reason I read this story is because it reminds me about Imam Hussein and Hazrat Abbas. See, my topic is the relationship of siblings and not just brothers, because the relationship between Imam Hussein and Hazrat Abbas was so strong, and they weren't even real brothers. These days, I've seen siblings arguing each other over the littlest of things, and I
And I would always think about how Imam Hussein and Hazrat Abbas would be like, because they had such a strong relationship with each other, even though they weren't true brothers. Now, siblings are always there for each other, and that's how it should be. And my topic is about siblings and how their relationship with each other is final. Because Allah granted you with a sibling, and that sibling is there for you no matter what. And you should always stick with each other because you need to have a strong relationship with your family. Thank you and salawat.
Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jazakallah, Brother Mir Ali, for the excellent speech. Now I would like to invite Shuja Bilgrami for a short speech. Please welcome him with a loud salawat.
Salawat. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to talk about the Arba'een of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The Arabic word Arba'een means 40. The day of Arba'een marks 40 days after the day of Ashura, the day when Imam Hussein alayhi salam was killed in the battle of Karbala. Hussein ibn Ali was a 7th century revolutionary leader who sacrificed his life for social justice by standing against tyranny of Yazid for the sake of reform. Yazid was a corrupt ruler who was violating the basic rights and dignity of the people. Yazid wanted Imam Hussein alayhi salam to acknowledge his rule and give credibility to his corrupt leadership. However, Imam Hussein alayhi salam refused to do so based on his moral values and principles that finally led to the battle of Karbala. In Karbala, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, along with his companions, were brutally killed after the battle. Yazid's men took the women and children of Hussein's family as prisoners. The journey from Kufa to Sham was a long one. It took over 20 days. The women and children were exhausted. The suffering was great. Quite often, the children would faint under the scorching desert heat, fall off camels. They were degraded as they were forced to walk in chains where they were abused by crowds. The mothers would scream. Imam Zainul Abidin and Bibi Zainab would go looking for the children. Sometimes they would find them by the roadside barely alive, and there were occasions where they were discovered too late. Our fourth Imam would dig a grave to bury the dead children. Sometimes our fourth Imam would faint. His captors, however, knew no piety. They would flog him if he slowed down or fainted. On these occasions, Bibi Zainab would intervene to stop the Imam from being flogged to death. The torture continued until they were eventually presented to Yazid and placed in prison. Imam Hussein may have died, but his movement lived on his sister Zainab and son Ali ibn Hussein. They both gave powerful speeches against Yazid in front of several ministers, ambassadors, and leading citizens, calling him out for his corrupt regime. Yazid eventually realized that if he left the family of Hussein at his place, they would humiliate him in front of his ministers even further, and hence was forced to free them. It is said that on the day of Arba'een is the day on which Hussein's family returned to the land of Karbala from Damascus to properly bid farewell to the fallen heroes and finally grieve for their loved ones. The family of Imam Hussein alayhi salam spent their lives after the Battle of Karbala teaching people about Hussein's message and his stand against corruption. The story of Imam Hussein is deeply integrated in the Shia consciousness. The annual pilgrimage known as Arba'een marks the end of a 40-day mourning period for the killing of the grandson of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, along with his family members and loyal companions. May Mola give us all the opportunity to attend this pilgrimage. It is certainly a memorable experience for everyone. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Jazakallah for all of our enlightening speeches. Does anyone else want to read any short salams?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salamu ala ashraf al-anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Abil Qasim al-Mustafa Muhammad. Allah. وعلى بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد ولعنة الله على أعدائهم من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Thank you everybody for such a beautiful recitation and for showing your love and your dedication to the Ahlul Bayt. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of the reciters, all of the volunteers, and all of the sponsors who made this majlis a success. Please recite aloud salawat for them. So I'm just going to be talking for a couple of minutes until Sheikh Mehdi comes, and then when he comes, he'll deliver the formal lecture. So just the idea that was in my mind was this, is that for the last 2 months, we've been remembering Imam Hussein, right? Almost every weekend, every Thursday, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going to Majlis. So many of us have gone for Arba'een. The question that I want to ask today and try to answer is, what is in that message of Imam Hussein that made it perpetual? When we look in history, we see that there's so many genocides, so many atrocities, and so many bad things that have happened. But what is in the message of Imam Hussein that made it perpetual, that made it completely lasting and everlasting? What do you guys think? What is in that message of Imam Hussein? What was Imam Hussein doing? What was he representing that made Karbala and the revolution of Imam Hussein eternal? Yes. Stand up for yourself. Okay. What else? Sacrifice. So we see those types of examples in other places as well, right? For example, the Indians that were once here, right? We're getting close to Thanksgiving. So there was a huge genocide that happened here, even in this country, right? The Native Americans who were here, their populations were decimated, right? But why is it that when we come to Imam Hussein, that what's in the message of Imam Hussein that makes it so much more everlasting? Anybody have any ideas? So those are good things, standing up for justice, sacrifice, but what else? There's something very important in it. Any sisters, any brothers, adults? Bismillah, yes. Don't let anyone get to you. Okay. What else? What made Karbala everlasting? Good. Eternal. He fought for Islam. Okay, good. Good. Yes? Okay. You had your hand raised. Yes. The story has been passed out from generation to next generation. Okay, good. What else? He never lost faith. Okay, good. Anybody else from the sisters? Anybody from the sisters? Okay. So this is a very important question. How does something become immortal? How does something become immortal? The only way something becomes immortal and eternal is if it's connected with something. Just give me 1 second. If it's connected with something. What is Karbala connected to so that it became immortal and eternal? Are we mortal or immortal? Mortal. So what did Karbala get connected to in order for it to become immortal and everlasting? Yes. The reason why Karbala is going to be everlasting and why it has been continuing for so many centuries is for this reason alone. What Imam Hussein represented, what he carried, was not something personal, was not something based on his ethnicity or his region. What Imam Hussein represented was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And because it was connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Baqi. When something becomes connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it becomes eternal forever. It becomes everlasting. And that's the secret in Karbala. The reason why Karbala is everlasting is because it is 100% connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as compared to everything else that has happened in history. Sheikh Mahdi is here. Apologize for taking some time. Inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now we will have a lecture by Sheikh Mahdi, who is a resident alim here at CFK. He has a positive influence on all of us in our community. We thank him for accepting our invitation. There will be a Q&A after the speech. Please welcome Sheikh Mahdi to the minbar with your loudest salawat. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Thank you so much, Ahmad. Thank you. Please, you can go ahead and sit down. If we can recite a salawat and move over this way, just so I can see you guys. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Move to your left. Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. So inshallah I won't take too much of your time. For you guys, we're going to have a Q&A afterwards. So start thinking about your questions from right now so that when we get to the Q&A, you don't say, oh, I had this question. I forgot this question. You know how many times I hear that? But like, I had this question, I just forgot right now. So you can start thinking about your questions right now. I want to talk a little bit about one lesson we learn from Karbala, right? So if you look in the movement of Karbala, when Imam Hussein was going to Kufa, and of course he didn't make it all the way to Kufa, he ended up in which area? He ended up in Karbala. And then, of course, the tragedy of Karbala happened on that day, on the 10th of Muharram. And then afterwards, where did they go? After Karbala, where did they go? They went to Kufa first. And then from Kufa, they went on to the city of Sham. So in all of this, what was happening was, there was a lot of tragedies. And as part of these tragedies, the one thing that stood out with Lady Zainab was her patience. The way she was patient throughout this whole trip. This was the most important thing, right? So as much as Yazid tried to pressure her, tried to get her to change the way she was doing things, she was patient with the difficulties that she was going through. She was patient with losing Abul Fadl Abbas. She was patient with losing Ali Akbar. Lady Zainab lost some of her own family, right? Who did she lose? Who? Own and Muhammad, who were her what? Her two sons, right? So she lost her own two sons. And still, she was still patient in all of this. And then when they went to Kufa and Sham, people were throwing stuff at them. People were laughing. All this kind of stuff was happening. She was still patient. And it was actually because of this patience that Yazid couldn't take it anymore. It's like, how patient are you? I thought by the time you go through all of this stuff, and you go through all these tragedies, by the time you come to Sham, now you're going to start begging for my mercy. But she wasn't begging for any mercy. She was patient. She said, yeah, this path we took, we're completely proud of it. We're not worried about it at all. So Yazid was surprised by this because of how patient she was. So we want to talk a little bit about patience, right? Because if you're patient in life, this is the one line I want you guys to remember. If you're patient in life, you'll always be successful in life. If you're what? If you have patience. If you don't have patience, it doesn't matter what you do, you're never going to be successful in life. By the way, it doesn't matter if you're religious, not religious, Muslim, not Muslim, it does not matter. Yeah? Which of you guys watches soccer or follows soccer? There you go. Who's the best soccer player in the world today? Wrong answer. It's Messi. So, I'll explain later why. So Messi or Ronaldo. I'll give you a quote from both of them so you understand they're not Muslim, right? But they're still patient. That's why they're successful. So Messi, they asked him, they said, people ask us all the time, how is it that you're so successful when everyone else is never even close to what you can do? He said, you know what? For 15 years, I used to come to the club early, to the soccer club early. I used to leave as the latest person. And then after 15 years, people say I'm an overnight success. But in reality, it was because the patience I had over and over and over and over again, right? Ronaldo was the same thing. Ronaldo, everyone says, oh, he's great. That's because if you told him to come for practice, he would stay after the practice multiple hours because he was patient. Muslim, not Muslim, I don't know, Shia, not Shia, religious, not religious, doesn't matter. If you're not patient in life, you will never be successful in life. You'll never be able to achieve anything in life. You have to have patience. Okay, if I want to be patient, here's the thing. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a what? A purpose. You can't just be patient just for the sake of being patient. Imagine you came to me after the program and you said, Sheikh, I'm hungry. I want to eat something. I said, oh, don't worry, just be patient. And you're like, but it's lunchtime, we should eat something. I said, no, just be patient. It's dinner time, 8 o'clock, whatever time you guys eat your dinner. And you come to me and say, Sheikh, I'm still hungry. You're like, oh, just be patient. You're like, well, I can't just be patient just for the sake of being patient. Like, what's the reason? Why should I be patient? Just be patient. Doesn't make any sense. But if it's Ramadan, for example, and you come to me and you say, oh, I'm hungry. I say, oh, it's Ramadan. Can you be patient? You're like, yeah, I can be patient. Why? Because there's a reason behind it. There's a purpose behind it, right? The bigger your purpose, the more patient you can be in life. So the athletes, Ronaldo or Messi or the best basketball player that's playing right now is LeBron James. So while he's playing, and the coach tells him, go to the gym and work hard and get your shots up, yeah? If he says why, the coach is like, oh, because we want to win a championship. He's like, okay, that makes sense. There's a purpose behind it, right? And because his purpose is really, really big, he has to compete with 31 other teams. He's going to work the hardest because I have this really, really big purpose in life. So, you want to be patient in life. LeBron is old? Astaghfirullah. We'll talk about this later. He is old, you're right, actually. So, your purpose in life, you have to be patient because you have a really, really big purpose in life. You're going towards a really, really great place. What is this big, great purpose that you have in life? What is it? Where are you headed? Where? Jannah, heaven. You're headed to the place where you can get anything you want. Anything you want. Like if they gave you the option that today you could do anything you wanted, right? When I was your age, I used to think to myself, if I could have anything that I wanted, I'd probably want to play soccer the whole day. That was what I wanted. And for you guys, it might be something different, right? But imagine that's where you're going, heaven. And in heaven, they tell you, you can have anything you want. So that's how great the purpose is, the reason is. And the only thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked you to do is, hey, like pray 5 times a day and fast a little bit and just be a good person. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. It's like a little bit of patience, and then I get to have anything I want. Completely makes sense. So because your purpose is really big in life, your patience also has to be really high in life. Your patience has to be really big in life. Yeah? If you don't have that patience, then you're not going to be able to fulfill that purpose. This is why I'm going to leave you guys with a surah of the Quran, right? There's a surah of the Quran that says, everyone in this world is going to lose. This is the translation of the surah. Everyone in this world is going to lose except for the people who are patient. Right? Do you guys know which surah this is? Everyone is going to lose except for those who believe and they do good deeds and they are patient. No, close, but not that one. I'll give you guys a clue. It's a small surah. Small. Choti. Right? Surah? Oh, so close. I'll give you another cool clue. Right? It's 3 verses. No, not no. Someone just made up a surah. Surah Asr. What does Surah Asr say? Wal Asr. God swears by time. He says, Wal Asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. Every human being is going to lose in life. Illa alladhina, except for the one who amanu, believes. You guys already do that. Wa amilu salihat. Yes. Wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. He's patient and he tells the people around him, reminds them to be patient as well. So, if you want to be successful in life, you have to bring patience with yourself. And because you have a really big purpose in life, which is getting to heaven, which is going to be the most amazing thing you're ever going to experience, your patience also has to be really, really high. So now when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, oh, you can't have this McDonald's, it's haram food. You can't go to that party, inshallah, when you guys get older. You can't go to that party. You can't be friends with this person. Now you're not going to sit there and say, oh, life is so difficult. I can't do this. But all my friends are having this. You're not going to be like that. You're going to say, oh, there's a heaven waiting for me. These things are small things. I can take care of them. It's not a problem. This is one lesson we learn from the movement of Imam al-Hussein and Lady Zainab. Patience. The more mature you become in life, the more patient you will become in life, inshallah. All right. Now we have time for Q&A. Q&A is open to any and all topics. So get your minds thinking and see what questions you can come up with. Questions you always thought, if Maulana was here right now, I'd ask him this question, but he's not here. Yes, who are you? Yeah, go for it.
So, what if you're stranded on an island and all there is halal food?
If you're stranded on an island and there's no airplanes coming either, right? There's no one parachuting from the sky either. And you can't swim from the island to the other thing, right? Okay, and you can't have a drone come and send you food either. Is that right? No one's going to come. In that scenario, yes, you can have the haram food, but only until you can survive. So you can't have the whole feast. You can have a little bit until you wait, like the movies, right? You wait. Is there going to someone come? Then you go in the sand and you write out help so that they see it from the skies. Yes. Really good question. Why are dogs najis? I honestly have no idea. I don't know the answer to it, right? But I will explain what it means for something to be najis. When something is najis, it doesn't mean that that thing is bad. So a lot of people think when something is najis, God is saying, oh, that's bad. But that's not how it is, because your blood is najis, right? Blood is najis. But is your blood a bad thing or a good thing? It's a good thing. It makes you keep you alive. So when Islam says something is najis, All it means is Islam wants you to keep a little bit of distance with it, right? Some of the really good people in history, they actually had dogs. Like Ashab al-Kahf had a what? They had a dog, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just doesn't want this dog to be living inside of the house with you, yeah? Maybe outside of the house, in their own home, and you have to take care of them. Sometimes people are very cruel with animals. This is haram. You're not allowed to be cruel with animals, right? So you keep them outside in their own house and all that kind of stuff. But should I bring them in the house? No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, oh, this is najis, so maybe don't keep it around yourself all the time, but with a little bit of distance. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Dogs have like really beautiful characteristics, right? Sometimes they look good. Sometimes they're very, a dog is, what's the number one characteristic of a dog? Loyal, right? You help them out a little bit, they'll probably follow you everywhere, right? So it's not bad, it's just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want it in your day-to-day life. Yes? Why do I think LeBron's the best thing? Because of the same point that you guys said. You guys said LeBron is what? He's old, and he's still one of the best players ever. We'll discuss it later. Yes?
Why do you think Messi is
Messi is
better than Ronaldo?
better than Ronaldo. This one's very easy. This one's very easy. Messi is better than Ronaldo because he can play make. Ronaldo can only finish. That's the difference. Yes. Neymar? No. Neymar has to grow up. Yes. Yeah. What's your second question?
So Messi has one characteristic.
He has one what?
He has one good thing, and Ronaldo's like 50.
We'll have to discuss this later.
Ronaldo's the top goal scorer, like 7 UCL.
Yeah, but he can't play make though. He can't create something. He can only finish. But anyways, yes.
When donating blood here in the West or on different associations like Surah,
Mm-hmm.
we were told that blood is sold to hospitals. Is it okay to donate blood knowing it is sold?
Yeah, so selling anything that is inherently najis is a problem unless it's being sold for the right reasons or for good reasons, right? So if you're selling blood or anything that's najis, but for a good reason, then there's no problem in it. It's completely fine. Yes?
Hazrat Abbas, he died,
Mm-hmm.
and his arms were cut.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's buried, are all the pieces up there, or only his body?
That's a really good question. I really don't know because this is in the middle of the battle, right? So in the middle of the battle, you don't necessarily take the time to go and look for this and look for that. There's thousands of people, right? That's how he became shaheed, right? Like they attacked him from every corner. So did Imam Hussein find all the pieces or maybe just the main part of the body and that's what stayed there? I honestly don't know. Because in the battlefield, you don't have time for this stuff, right? Like maybe if Imam Hussein goes, he might get attacked himself. So I honestly don't know. Yes?
I've actually went to Karbala.
Okay.
The arms were buried in a different place than Iran.
There you go. There you go. Yes?
So you said selling anything that's precious.
Yeah, so buying or selling anything that is inherently najis is a problem, except for certain exceptions. So like, for example, you can buy a dog for protecting the land that you own, for example, or the sheep that you own, which typically we don't own sheep over here, right? If you go back home, you might see people who own sheep. But anyways, or maybe you need a dog because you want the dog to protect the people who are in the home. So for certain reasons, it's okay. But if I just buy a dog just for the sake of, just like having a dog, this would be a problem, right? Yes.
The huge amount of money that comes that gets sent to countries in need of Palestine, Syria, Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Why do these countries still need more resources?
That's a really good question. So the money that's sent to these countries, why is it that there is more money that's sent? Well, first of all, you'll be surprised how much money is spent versus what is needed in those countries. So for example, when a bridge gets shot down, right? The amount of money you need to get that bridge up is a lot of money. That's just one bridge. So imagine now you have the whole economy of the whole country you're trying to uplift, right? So at the end of the day, it's really not going to be enough. Plus, a lot of people living here actually don't pay khums the way they're supposed to. So that's another thing. Yes. Yes. When they play the song, you listen to it for a second. You say, well, is this the type of song they play in parties and haram places? If the answer is yes, you can't listen to it. If you don't know, you can listen to it, but it's better not to. There you go. Yes.
So a while ago, you were talking about how Allah sends you messages,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know when they're happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I. So I was about to go to Georgia.
Okay.
I don't know if I received a message from Allah because I was sick the first time,
Mm.
and then when I was done being sick, I booked another flight to Georgia, and then our flight got canceled 5, 6 times,
Mm.
and then we had to go back. And then once we reached Georgia, we got snowed in.
Oh. So you're saying maybe it was a sign. So here's the rule with signs, because I get this question a lot, right? If God sends you a sign, and you're still like, is he sending me a sign? And you're not even sure, then he's not sending you a sign. Because the whole point of a sign is for you to receive a message and be like, oh, he's telling me to do this. Imagine if you're sitting there, Ahmad, right? And then I started scratching my head like this. And I kept looking at you, scratching my head. And you're like, is Sheikh sending me a sign? But did I tell you from before that this is a sign? No. Now you're like, is he sending me a sign? A sign only works if you know from before, oh, this is God's sign. If you don't know from before that it's God's sign, then what happens? Then clearly that's not a sign. Imagine you walked up to a stop sign, right? And the stop sign is like, instead of a, what is the shape of a stop sign? Octagon. I always say hexagon. Octagon. Imagine if you went up to the stop sign and it was a triangle. And it said, like, it was red and it was triangle. You're like, is this a sign? It's not, because if it was a sign, they would have told you from before. From now on, we're going to make the stop signs in a triangle. So anytime you look at something and you can't make out, is it a sign or not? Technically, in reality, it's not a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the whole point of a sign is to deliver a message to you. If that's not doing that, then how can it play the role of a sign? Certain things are signs. Certain dreams, very, very rarely can be signs, for example. But the biggest sign of all, 6,000 signs God sent us. You know what those are? 6,000 verses of Quran. Like, should I do this? Well, is it wajib? Yeah, that's a sign that it's really good, right? Because Quran is telling you to do it. Should I do this? It's haram. Oh, God is telling you clearly, you shouldn't be doing this, right? I don't need to see some angel flying from the sky and coming and talking to me and say, Mahdi, this is bad. I don't need that. The Quran already said, when your sibling does something, they're younger than you, be patient with them. The Quran has already said this. Do I need a sign every time? I don't need a sign every time. He already told me. Yes. Yes. What was that? Say it louder. Matam with knives. Yeah. So you have to ask what your marja believes about it. A lot of marajih, or a good number of them, do consider it to be problematic. But regardless of whether it's problematic or not, in this part of the world, I think in some senses it might even be considered like illegal. Because I know of places that done it, the police showed up and so on and so forth. And so generally in this part of the world, it's not something we should be doing. Yes? Really good question. Snakes in your dream? I don't know. But it could mean anything. You know, sometimes you see something scary in your dream, you think it's scary. In reality, it's good news. Sometimes you see some good news in your dream. In reality, it's what? It's bad news. Dreams are very, very tricky. This is why when God gave the ability to interpret dreams to Yusuf, it was such a big blessing, because no one else could figure out anything about dreams because they're so tricky. Yes, last question. Oh, the girls have a question. I'll come to you guys too. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Boys can do it if it's just the guys. Just the boys. Yeah, just the boys is okay. But out in public, in front of other people, it's not good to do that. It's only in where there's only men. Make sense? Yes. Okay. Good question. I have never thought about that. I don't think anyone killed him or anything like that. I think he just died maybe from old age or something like that. Huh? Oh, he was attacked. So Sayyid Hussein says he went on a hunting trip and that's where he was attacked and killed. He was attacked and killed. I didn't know that. That's really good. Yes. Was that your second question? You had two questions. Yeah, but the haram stuff's typically more expensive anyway, so. So yeah, if you have nothing else and you're on the island and there's no airplanes coming and no drone can help you and all that, then yes, you can do that, yes. Mm-hmm. Well, when you go to a restaurant, there's two ways that you can eat there, right? Number one, if the owner of the store is Muslim and he says it's halal, you can take his word. And if later on you find out that he was wrong, it's okay. Moving forward, you can't go there, but for the previous ones, you're okay. So if the owner is Muslim, he says it's halal, you can take it. Or number two, you go and you ask and you do your research and you figure out for sure that the meat is halal, right? But in either of these scenarios, if later on you find out that you were wrong, it's okay. You did your research, right? So either way, later on, you'll stop going there. But for the previous ones, God doesn't count a sin. Because God never counts a sin for things you didn't know. Yeah? Only for the things that you did know. All right. Thank you very much. Please recite a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Ajil faraja.
Please recite another loud salawat for Sheikh Mehdi. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Now we will be starting our Noha section of the Majlis. I would like to invite Adam and friends for their Noha. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein,
Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. I told Zuljana, please don't take father. Whoever goes, they never return. My Zuljana, please don't take father. Whoever goes, they never return. My father then told me, to him I'm so dear. My father then told me, to him I'm so dear. The time has now come for us to part. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. After you were slain, they came into our tents. They slapped me on my face and snatched my earrings. Do they not know we are of Ahlul Bayt? Do they not know we are of Ahlul Bayt? Oh, grandfather, where are you? The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. Sakina cannot sleep, Father has been slain. Oh, Father, where are you? I want to lay my head upon your chest. I want to lay my head upon your chest. When will I see you? When will I see you? The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. When I fell down from the camel's back, Zainab cried out, no one took heed. But then, Father, your head fell off holy sphere. But then, Father, your head fell off holy sphere. When will I see you? When will I see you? The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The city of Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. The city of Sham came out to see. Who are these prisoners paraded through town? Can it really be the family of Rasul? Can it really be the family of Rasul? Without any veils, the daughters of Hussein. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. But brother Allah, he died without a drop. Now how can I drink whilst he is thirsty? I want to leave evil dungeon of Yazid. I want to leave this evil dungeon of Yazid. When will I see you? When will I see you? The earth trembled, the skies blackened. The earth trembled, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred, Hussein has been martyred. O man of Yazid, please take away this tray. I am not hungry, I want my father. On the tray there lay my father's head. On the tray there lay my father's head. I want to be with you, the time has now come. Tremble, the skies blackened. The tremble, the skies blackened. Hussein has been martyred. Hussein has been martyred.
Ya Hussein. Now I would like to invite Mir Jafar and Kazim for their Noha. Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya
आबाद कहाँ हो तुम चलते हो खेमों से ज़ैनब की सदाई आबाद कहाँ हो तुम चलते हो खेमों से ज़ैनब की सदाई आबाद कहाँ हो तुम नासिर चलते हो खेमों से ज़ैनब की सदाई अब्बास कहाँ हो तुम अब्बास ले आओ खेमों की गलीबों के भूखे में प्यासे लूटे नसीबों के सजाद दोष नहीं सजाद दोष नहीं कल सूद खबर आए अब्बास कहाँ हो तुम जलते हो खेमों से ज़ैनब की सदाई अब्बास कहाँ हो तुम शब्बीर क्लास में कईयों जगह प्यासा है कईयों जगह प्यासा भी मजलूल रखास है ला गफर लाशन को ला गफर लाशन को शाबाई अब्बास कहाँ हो तुम
चलते हो ख़ैमों से ज़ैनब की सदाई अब्बास के नहा हो तुम
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. They can cut my arms and my legs. They can take everything that I have. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. Every day it cuts me inside. I'm so very far from your side. I would give away these eyes just to catch a glimpse of your shrine. If I had to cross the seas and every desert in between, I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. They can cut my arms and my legs. They can take everything that I have. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I can tell you that I'm insane in the love of my master Hussein. In this universe there's no pain that can ever keep me away. Every inch that I come your way, every beat of my heart will say, I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. They can cut my arms and my legs. They can take everything that I have. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. If I lose my family and friends, and my life's coming to an end, if I lose my feet and hands, if I can no longer stand, if I stumble 1,000 times, if the journey's 1,000 miles, I will come crawling to you, Hussein. I will come crawling to you, Hussein. Ya Hussein.
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Ali Heather.
सात कदम आगे बढ़े क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम आगे बढ़े क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन। पहले कदम पर यही सोचा, जुर्म था असगर करबला क्या, हाय देख के ये नन्हा सा लाशा, गम से न मर जाए सकीना। थाम के दिल रोने लगे यूं हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम आगे बढ़े क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन। दो जे कदम पर कहा रोकर, क्या करूं बतला लिया असगर, हाय देख लिया उसने तुझे गर, मर ही ना जाए तेरी मादर। थाम के दिल रोने लगे यूं हुसैन, सात कदम पीछे हटे क्यों हुसैन,
سات قدم آگے بڑھے کیوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین۔ تیسری بار ایسا ہوا تھا خیمے میں جانے لگے مولا، ہائی جو کا چلا تیز ہوا کا، ہتنے لگا لاش سے کپڑا، تام کے دل رونے لگے یوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین، سات قدم آگے بڑھے کیوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین۔ ہائے جو ہی قدم چھوٹا اٹھایا، غازی کو رو رو کے بلایا، ہائے کہنے لگے بھائی تو آجا، خیمے میں جایا نہیں جاتا، تھام کے دل رونے لگے یوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین، سات قدم آگے بڑھے کیوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین، سات قدم پیچھے ہٹے کیوں حسین۔
یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین۔
باوفا یا عباس، باوفا یا عباس، باوفا غازی میرے، باوفا غازی میرے، باوفا غازی میرے، باوفا غازی میرے، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفا کا تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفا کا تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفا کا تو ہے امام غازی، جگہ جگہ ہے علم گواہی، دلوں پہ تیری ہے بادشاہی، جگہ جگہ ہے علم گواہی، پہ تیری ہے بادشاہی، لبوں پہ تیرا ہے نام غازی، وفا کا تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفا کا تو ہے امام غازی، تیرے علم کا سایہ زمین کرب و بلا کے مولا، تیرے ہے چلتا نظام، تیرے علم ہے علم ہے سایہ، علم پہ حیا ہے پنجتن کا، بلند تیرا مقام غازی، وفاق ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، علم کا جب سے ہوا ہے سایہ زمین کرب و بلا پہ مولا، جب سے ہوا ہے سایہ زمین کرب و بلا پہ مولا، تیرے ہے چلتا نظام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی،
حسین مولا سے پیار کرنا، حسین پر جان سار کرنا، یہی ہے تیرا پیام قاضی، وفاق تو ہے امام قاضی، سلام قاضی سلام قاضی، وفاق تو ہے امام قاضی، سلام قاضی سلام قاضی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، جو تیرے بازو قلم نہ ہوتے، اسیر اہل حرم نہ ہوتے، نہ جاتی زینب یو شام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، سلام قاضی سلام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، سلام غازی سلام غازی، وفاق تو ہے امام غازی، با وفا یا حسین یا حسین، حازم علی عابدی یا حسین۔
جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی، تو نہ آیا غازی، جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی، تو نہ آیا غازی، آل عمران نے کہا اور زندہ نے کہا، یہ بہن قید ہوئی، تو نہ آیا غازی، جب ردا سر سے چنی میں صدا دیتی رہی، تو نہ آیا غازی، ہم کو پانی نہ ملے تیری خوشبو تو رہے، تیرے بازو نہ کٹے چاہے مشکی زاچ دے، یہ مگر ہو نہ سکا تیرے بازو ہے جدا، مجھ پہ ہے تشنا لبی، تو نہ آیا غازی، جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی، تو نہ آیا غازی، آ گئی شام علم لٹ گئے اہل حرم، ریت پر جلتی ہوئی ہو گیا ٹھنڈا علم، پرس دینے کے لیے مجھ سے ملنے کے لیے آ گئے بابا علی، تو نہ آیا غازی، جب ردا سر سے
سنین میں صدا دیتی رہی، تو نہ آیا غازی۔ Imran Heather? Not here? Not here. Okay. مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین، کیا مولا حق
وہ عابد
بیمار تھا، وہ عابد بیمار تھا، چلنے سے جو لاچار تھا، چلنے سے جو لاچار تھا، اور شام کا بازار تھا، اور شام کا بازار تھا، اور مصطفیٰ کی بیٹیاں، مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، یا حسین یا عبد اصغر بشیر تھا، وہ asgare pishirta or hormala katirta or hormala katirta pyasa gala kyun harkata pyasa gala kyun harkata मेरी बही एहसासता मौला हक इमाम हसन या हुसैन मौला हक इमाम या हसन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन Ziyaret. Who's doing ziyaret?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum ya Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Assalamu alaikum ya Fatima al-Zahra. Assalamu alaikum ya Abul Fazl al-Abbas. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء السلام عليك يا علي بن موسى الرضا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته اللهم صل على
Ali Muhammad. Sahil Bojani for Dua Faraj.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kulli waliyakal husman hasasan salawatuka alayhi wa ala abai fi hadhihi sa wa fi kulli sa waliyan wa hafiza wa qaida wa nasira wa dalina aina حتى تسكنوا رزقاتنا وتمتعوا فيها طويلا ورحمة الله الرحمن
Duai Sehat Ali Zulfikar Naqvi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء 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 أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء.
Inshallah, if we can recite Surah Fatiha for all the marhumin and marhumat, and especially the following, all the marhumin of Hena Rahi and family, all the marhumin of the Mir family, especially Mushaf Ali Mir and Bilqis Mushaf Ali, Allama Sayyid Akhtar Rizvi, Fatima Zahra Rizvi, Saleh and Kazim Musavi, Mir Sajad Ali, Kamar Jahan Begum, Mir Raza Hussain bint Zahra, marhum of Somji and Mandania family, Muhammad Mudabbir Rizvi and Khurshid Maryam, Sayyid Iftikhar Raza, son of Sayyid Wilayat Hussain, and Kishwar Hassan, daughter of Sayyid Ibn al-Hassan, and all the marhumin of Sayyid Ali Razva and Asya Zahra Raza family, Mir Sardar Ali Naqvi, son of Mir Ali Ahmad, and all the marhumin of Askar Ali and Afra Khanum family, and all the marhumin of Azra Rangoonwala family. Please recite as-salawat and Surah Fatiha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Inshallah, I'm going to invite Sheikh Mehdi up to distribute some token of appreciation to the reciters today. MashaAllah, everyone did a very good job. Please recite as-salawat. Allahumma salli. Go ahead.
I would like to invite Mushaf Mir.
Mushaf Mir.
Now I would like to invite Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Now I would like to invite Muhammad Jawad. Now I would like to invite Hasnain Abbas. Ali Mujtaba. Muhammad Abbas. Muhammad Abbas. Ali Nayani. Yeah. Mir Ali. Adam and friends. I just Adam. Adam. Mir. Mehdi Kazmi. Shazib Ali Abdi. Ali Heather. Oh, he left. Ayan and Shabr. Asad Rojani. Sahil Bojani. Ali Zulfikar Naqvi. Shuja Belgrami. That's it.
Is anybody left?
Mir Jaffer and Kazim. Nare Haidari Ali Labekia Hussein Bekia Hussein Bekia Hussein Salawat.
Inshallah, we have a bake sale on the way out. If everyone could, inshallah, support that. And it's run by Troop 1499. And everything is $1. All right. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, salawat. Thank you. And thank you all once again for coming.